Hello, welcome to another episode of King's Table. I'm Lego Jay, this is Cousin Jake.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, and today we thought we'd go over behind the scenes of Bricks Cascades.
Yeah, Phil filmed a bunch of stuff.
It's a bunch
He's
of
gonna
stuff.
show it to me.
And there's like...
It's blurry.
Dude, it gets better.
Oh,
Alright.
Okay.
So here is just like the opening ceremony.
Okay.
They go over like what
So-
it is to be an AFOL member.
So this is not the public. This is everybody that worked in
This
it,
is
or-
everything This is Thursday.
Okay.
So like Thursday, everybody's there just setting up. They open it up and they have like everybody eats food and pizza and has drinks soda.
Okay.
And then they do like these huge things where everybody's there.
What's AFOL?
AFOL is Adult Fan of Lego. They're
Oh.
the ones that put on Bricks Cascades.
But is that like a membership?
Yeah, you have to sign up for it,
Hmm.
and then there's certain perks you get too.
What perks?
I can't say because you're not a member.
Oh, how much is it?
It's free to join.
Oh, so I don't have to pay you anything to do it?
No,
I'm joining
just,
right now.
Yeah.
I joined.
Yeah.
I'm in.
You gotta go online and fill it out, and then
Oh.
you're accepted. Get on the mailing list, and you get you get to be a part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, and so Port Lug's just a Portland chapter of AFOL.
Okay.
So that's where Port Lug comes into play with
Okay.
Bricks Cascades. And this is just their opening ceremony where they have like...
Are you chasing that laser pointer?
No, he's doing laser pointing. He's just talking.
You are
about
so
stuff.
shaky, Phil. Are you
Yeah.
sick?
I don't know what's going on. So like they're doing this opening ceremony thing,
Mm-hmm.
and like then they do a raffle. So like I'm filming people win raffle prizes for like an hour. They do an hour of raffles.
Did you win anything?
No, because I wasn't there as a member. I was there as a vendor. I wasn't an attendee.
Oh, so you're not allowed to.
Yeah, so you have to be an attendee. And like everybody, they have like everybody's name got called, and everybody got to pick either from sets that were all like rare and like huge sets, or they got to pick like a bulk or like huge gallon bags of bulk.
What would you have picked?
It was depending on because they only put up 3 sets at a time,
Mhm.
so like they don't replace the 3 sets until someone picks something. So you get a chance to see what that, or you go over to the bulk section. So
Okay.
I mean, if I would have seen a set that I would have wanted, then I would have got a set, but then I would have gone straight to the bulk. Like that creator that they just put out,
Right?
that Lego creator, the Santa's Village and
Yeah.
Workshop. See, I would have got that thing because that thing's like $200, and
Huh.
it was originally like only $100.
Well, that's cool.
And I mean, literally everybody that attended, that signed up as an attendee for this convention,
Got something.
got something.
So, and vendors don't get jack.
No, you have to sign up as an attendee. But most vendors were also attendees.
Why didn't you do both?
Because I was just there as a vendor, I didn't know the way it worked out. This is my
Oh.
first time going to this convention.
Oh, okay. It was mine too.
Well, I mean, I've been to
I-
the convention, but I've only gone when it was open to the public.
Oh,
So
yeah,
this
like
this
me.
was this was my 5th convention,
Okay.
but this is like the first time I've ever been invited to like attend the actual convention.
The everything
stuff.
about
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So this stuff we're seeing that I didn't get to see.
Yeah.
Chris.
So like they're just in this hall, and then they're just calling out prizes, and everybody's just waiting their turn to go up there, and everybody got something,
Wow.
and that's like, and it's only cost like $30 to sign up, and they're getting like $100
No, you
and
said it was free.
$200 sets. No, it's free to sign up to be a member of AFOL, but it costs money to attend the
Oh,
the
I got
convention.
it. See, I don't know these things. So
Yeah.
okay, so you filmed. So pretty much your behind the scenes film that you're showing me is you seeing other people get what you wanted,
Yeah.
and you're sad about it.
Yeah. It's like
I
so-
like this. You know what this deserves? 10 crying Phil heads right here. This film of your shaky. Maybe the Phil heads could shake like your camera.
It's Angel. That's pretty stable.
That's
right
good.
there.
This is good. But the beginning, it was.
I was setting it up.
It was like
I just hit record.
blurry and.
So like yeah,
Right.
everybody's winning something, and
Yeah,
like
except you.
except for me.
Except you. This
and it
is
was like
you couldn't even buy a prize, Phil. And nobody was nice to just give you something.
no one's gonna give away.
I'm gonna give you a
Legos.
brick. Just give you one brick. Like
Yeah.
walked up and gave you a 3x6 yellow brick.
Yeah.
What would you do with that?
Through a what?
A 3x6 yellow brick?
3.
Is there a 3x6 or a 2x6?
There's no 3x6.
Is there a
There
2x6?
there's
2-6 yellow brick for you.
I wouldn't do nothing. I don't use that. I don't use saturated yellow like that. There's nothing I could do with it.
You don't like yellow?
No, not unless I use it for stacks of hay.
Then you can use it for stacks of hay.
Yeah, cool.
Move. All right, so what else we got? What other behind the scenes junk? I'm sick of seeing people win.
So that's just more of that.
So just more. So this is pretty much all. A lot of your behind the scenes footage is you filming people win and you losing.
Okay, that's just this time.
Okay.
It's still the same thing. These are all just different.
How long did this go on for?
This went on for 2 hours, and an hour of it was just people winning stuff. And so my camera only films in 15-minute intervals, so that's why it breaks up like that.
I got you. So a lot of people winning, you doing nothing, and this is after all the vendors are set up.
This is after stuff's getting vended up. I'm walking around just looking at stuff because vendors are open during this time. But
and you can buy.
I could buy. Yes, you can buy.
And do they give you a discount? Or
no, not really. You don't really see deals at these conventions until the very end. Stuff they didn't sell, vendors are just trying to get rid of their products. They don't have to leave with as much stuff.
Okay.
And that's when they make the deals. It's like on Sunday afternoon, like 10 minutes before it closes.
Oh, okay.
And
that's when you can haggle your way
down.
That's
when you can haggle. Yeah, that's when people are just trying to move product. They're just trying
I like all those. That was a cool booth. That one had all the lighting stuff.
Yeah, he had all the lighting stuff.
There's a bunch of like booths.
Then see, like you could see this. That they're not even set up yet. So I was like trying to go see what they had, and I was like, I'm just gonna wait till they set up because I was in their way.
Right.
And I didn't like these people's prices on some of the stuff.
Yeah, they looked a little expensive.
Let's see what else.
Everything looks expensive to me though.
And that's Jason. He shook my hand right there. He's where I get most of my bows and arrows from.
Oh, your bow and arrow guy. We talked about him where you're on his email list. I'm in an email group with him, so I don't need you to help me, Jake. When you found machetes, I can get my own bows and arrows for BA.
You're looking for machetes. I
was looking for anything for you. I say you change up your repertoire and get some guns in there.
I do have guns.
So these guys know more about Legos than you do?
No.
Oh, you all know the same?
I mean, they... Probably more detail, yeah. Because I'm only like really into the knights and castle stuff.
Okay.
And I sit in here and have a conversation with them for like half an hour just about what I've been up to. What is it?
So it doesn't seem like there's much in the behind the scenes of the vendors. It's more just like, people chatting. Like I saw in the first clip you put up, they were like had like a bunch of Legos up on the screen where they're like giving educational stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that was just one vendor there doing educational stuff.
Oh, okay. So only one person did that. Everybody else just wanted to win prizes and leave?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is like you're just shots of the things you liked.
Yeah. Or just going around. I'm trying to shoot as much stuff that we could use for B-roll without any of the public being there. And I thought that some of the mech suits were pretty awesome. Because they have different sections, and one of the mech suit sections is one of my favorites, too, because I do like mechs.
Now, are those from the Lego Ideas?
No, these are all custom stuff. So all these were done by people, attendees.
So when you say custom, does that mean like they buy parts, and then they just build their own idea?
Yeah.
Or do they make their parts, too?
No, they just buy their parts. I don't know any builder that builds their own parts.
Oh, okay.
Because if I did, I would hit them up and be like, I need a piece shaped like this.
Well, where do they? So they just go through the big companies.
They just. I mean, people get their shops from anywhere. So, like, they might get them from Bricks or Bricklink is like online. They have all the bricks you need, like categorized and stuff by model numbers. Okay. And then just bulk stuff. So like this person that built this thing is just like, they just bought a bunch of great bricks and then put it together.
That's cool. Yeah, because some of them look like very legit things that I would see in a set, and they just did it themselves.
Yeah.
Some of these pieces are exact set pieces, though, and they're just adding
then you do see like people that incorporated sets into bigger stuff. So like this is one of the games where they're playing. It's called a blind build. Mm-hmm. So they're just only allowed to. No one's allowed to use instructions, and they're racing to see who builds.
And they're just looking at the front of the box.
Yeah, they're looking at the front of the box, and then whoever.
How long does that take?
I am not sure. I think it took them like about an hour.
Wow.
Because you're like racing to get it done quicker, but you're also racing to get it done most accurately.
Now, is it the same set for everybody?
Yes, the same set.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because it's like if you're doing different sets, there might be different amounts of pieces. One might be easier than the other one.
No, they're all. It's all
these are pro. You guys are like Lego.
Yeah,
pros.
These are all Lego nerds here. So like,
okay, so they know what they're doing.
They pretty much.
It's not like you're putting me in here and having me try to put together something.
Yeah.
That would be bad. Okay.
And then, so he's explaining the rules right here in this shot. So that's what's going on.
Okay. Did you enter this?
No, I wasn't. I'm only a vendor. I was only there filming.
Okay.
I don't get to play.
Okay. What happens if you won?
You win a set.
That set?
Not this set.
Because I would say that would suck.
You just gotta keep that set.
Oh, you get to keep that set.
You get to keep that set just for playing, and then they get.
I was gonna say, because if you won that set, or like I would like it if you put it together and they took it away from you and then gave it to somebody else. That's the game I would make. This is a totally different group of people.
And this is an entirely different set. Where
I can tell it's a purple box this time.
Yeah. So this is a one-handed build where you're trying to build the set as fast as you can with only one hand.
Wow. Do they like sit on their hands?
They're sitting on their one hand, yes.
Okay.
And everybody's like, you can see everybody's like really into it. Like,
that seems horrible.
But they're also going really slow. Like,
yeah, well, you have one hand.
But still,
no, I would not be able to do it. Can you use your mouth? Like
a mouth is not a hand.
That's right. So I would
and
use
then
my
here's
mouth.
I can't remember his name. He's one of the cool. He built a bunch of some of the mechs, and he was like in a few different sections. They built a bunch of stuff.
That's cool.
And he's explaining the rules of that game right here.
Gotcha. Well, I want to be in one of these. You guys should test me. Just put me on this table, give me a set, and let me go nuts and see how long it takes me. You're going to have to put up a clip like 5 hours later.
5 hours later. And this is just me more walking around.
That was one of my favorite sections. That was where the photos were.
The mosaic, yeah.
Yeah, I like that stuff. I think that's really cool. Now, those are just standard stuff or bricks that they use, and they just build out pictures that they want.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everything's done with, all those are done with Legos.
That takes a lot of work, I bet.
Yeah, that seems really tedious. I don't even know what that is, but and that one, holy cow!
Yeah,
like those are all done by single pegs.
That's insane. Well, that seems easier to me than if you're like stuck with like long ones, short ones, like all over the place. Not saying that's easy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I like the mosaic and I like the photo stuff. I thought that was really cool. Ooh, Kanga and Tigger, or Roo and Tigger.
So these photos. Chris has said he's gonna put some of his photos into that next year.
That's cool. Maybe they'll have a photo of me. Everyone wants to see a picture of me. Oh, I like that Mickey Mouse. I never saw that. Oh,
that was there.
I missed that.
How do you miss that?
I did. I just missed it.
It was in their pop culture section.
I just missed that Mickey. I saw a lot of other
things.
That
looks pretty cool.
See, that's what I like about sometimes when you go back and you watch some of this footage, because you're like, oh, I never saw that, and then you're like, now I see it, and like.
Well, I mean, there's just so much going on, and there's just like so much stuff you don't see the first time around. Like,
so that's a custom figure too, or they just figured it out? They figured out how to make that.
Yeah.
Like, how much time does that take?
I mean, that I would say like it's not very big. It looks like 1.5 feet high, maybe 2. And
well, that would take me 10 years.
It's just if you look at it though, it's not that complicated of a build. And
how?
Because it's only 4 colors. And it's like...
They're round, though.
Yeah, and then, like, dude, when you build stuff like this, it's actually easier because you're not restricted to, like, details and stuff. You're just getting the bulks of the bricks together. Just, like, sticking bricks together.
Huh.
And then, a lot of the way these are built, they'll just take a picture and then print it out on, like, one of those, what is that called? The grid sheets of paper.
Yeah.
And they'll just treat each... grid
like a grid,
at a break, and then they just like build over it like that.
Oh, that's cool. So, like, do they glue any of these? Any of these glued together?
You have to talk to the vendors, but I mean, unless they want to keep it, I doubt it's glued together.
Oh, I hope somebody's gluing them so it stays forever.
I mean, I'm sure some are. Like if I built something, like if I built that,
the boat,
I would glue some of that stuff together.
Yeah, because you don't want it to sit there forever,
yeah,
like
yeah,
or break off. Or,
and they're not
or lose a piece when you're moving it.
And they spent so much time on that they're not going to want to take it apart.
6 months and they're still working on it. It's insane.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, cool.
And then
I like your videos, Phil. They got less shaky as they went forward. I think you got less nervous. I think you were shaking with anger that you didn't win anything. Do you think that's what was going on?
Yes, that's exactly what
I thought so. That was very good though, man. Like you did a good job. I like the behind the scenes stuff. I always like behind the scenes stuff because I feel like sometimes you miss out on, I'm a proponent. I hate that millennials and all these people like film everything. Like if they go to the Super Bowl, they film like the trophy coming out and all that. Sometimes you gotta live in the moment. But this stuff's cool because like I didn't remember that Mickey Mouse and I get to see it now. So very good video, Phil.
Nice. And then I also wanted to show you before we go that... Okay, so in this set, they took... he took the Ewok village
Right.
and incorporated that in this huge castle set.
Okay.
So that's a set straight up
On its own, and then it's just
on its
added
own. And he like
everything else.
And I wanted to get this set for the same reason, because I wanted to get this set to do like a Robin Hood's Lair thing.
Okay.
And that's what he did.
You can have Robin Hood play with Ewoks.
Yeah. And so then you see how that set's incorporated in this huge thing over here.
Yeah, it looks like a huge motif.
Yeah.
It looks all together now.
Yeah.
That castle looks like it takes forever.
Dude, he said he's been working on it for 3.5 years.
Where would you put that in your house? Would you have room for it?
He has it built in sections. So he works each section at a time.
Would you put that in your house?
I would have that in my house, and I would play with it regularly.
Wow. Where would you put it? It's so freaking...
my
That's probably bigger than your house.
And so also right here's another thing. So there's another example, like this part here.
Those look like they go together.
Yeah, those were a set at one point, and he just took parts of that set like that.
I think that's lazy.
That facade right there is a set. This right here is a part of the set. Like these two buildings, here's a set, and this section here is a part of a set.
Yeah.
And then he just added everything else.
Well, maybe he ran out of gray bricks, and he put houses there.
Well, I mean, it's like that though, because in that era, like people were they're like modifying the castle constantly, so every part of the castle was built with different materials.
Thank God we don't build castles now.
Oh, man, if we did, that'd be awesome.
I would not agree with that. Well, that's cool, Phil. No, good behind the scenes stuff, man.
And then also that Viking boat is like the boat that I got that I was excited about.
Yeah, the one you were freaking out about, and you won't tell us how much it cost. How much did it cost?
Okay.
How much did you spend?
I don't want to say.
Why not? Are you embarrassed?
Yeah.
About your money wad you just threw out at Lego?
Yeah.
If you were an AWOL member, what is it, Aflac?
AWOL.
AFOL. AFOL. If you're an AFOL member, I bet it's cheaper. You know what you could have got? A Lepin boat, and it would have Mr. Lepin would have hooked you up. You know, I didn't find any Mr. Lepins there.
No, you're not gonna find Mr. Lepin. This event is actually sponsored by Lego, so that no knockoffs are allowed.
So you're not. Oh, but you can do it in the sets. You just can't have. You can't have you can have parts that were knockoff, right? But you can't sell. Yeah, knockoff
you
sets.
Can't
That's
have
what you mean.
Okay. And there was only one set here. There was only one build here that was that had Mega Block, and everybody was talking mad crap about it.
Why?
Because it's Mega Block.
What's Mega Block?
It's like Mega Block is like the cheap version of Lego.
I never heard of them.
Exactly.
Is it Lepin the cheap version of Lego?
Mega Block was before Lepin though.
Oh, so Mega Block's the first intruder, the first faker.
Yeah.
Okay, so they didn't like that guy.
No.
Or girl.
And this thing was awesome.
What was that thing?
It was that dude that did the picture frame. He had the whole room.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And this is me, I'm inside there, with the camera, moving, just seeing all the detail. It's really simple, but it's just so massive.
Yeah.
That's not a
I think it's hard on the scale of scope of what you're thinking of, but once you start putting together, it's easy to put together, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
The concept is not, but, the actuality of building is easy.
Yeah, and then, I got all the back and, how, some of the behind the scenes on how he built it and stuff, so it's
pretty cool.
I mean, it's just a really huge
So who won the grand prize of
this
the
guy.
best
This guy
thing?
won, yeah.
Well, I mean, that is the cool thing. Everybody was all around it. I saw them all day. They were in love with that piece.
See, here's another example of people that use sets for in their mocks. Mocks means my own creations, so that's what these are called. So they did a whole Winter Village thing right here, and there's a couple structures that were sets, and then everything else is custom.
I got you.
But there's only a few that they used. There was only 2 or 3 structures that were already a set, and everything else is here is custom.
Gotcha. Well, that's cool.
And they use I want to try to zoom in because they had the Santa Claus scene from A Christmas Story.
Okay.
In it.
It's amazing all the stuff they put together in detail. But I get it. It's you buy a Santa house, and then you might buy a shack in the mountains, snow mountains, and then you can start putting that together and build a whole huge spectacle.
Yeah.
And that's mainly what this was.
And that's my approach too for.
So do you feel that these things, the people, the bigger usually win, compared to the minimalistic?
Yeah.
Because I loved the Deadpool's imagination one. We showed that.
Yeah.
And it's just every piece was part of his brain and what he was imagining. And I love that, and I like the simplicity of it. But I was realizing when they're going up against that photo booth or those castles and stuff, they're probably going to lose because I think Lego people put more into like the time
Yeah,
and
it's
the
just
effort
like
of
the
it.
huge stuff.
Not just like they built a really cool looking piece. Like they built a piece that took them years and it all goes together. And I never would have thought to put the Ewok village with this castle, stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I wanted the Ewok village, is because I wanted to do that something similar. I just wanted to like pimp it out with
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood's village
No.
hideout. Here's where I'm just hanging out with Bernie and all his trained folks. And like, dude, they built all that whole thing, which is pretty cool.
Oh, I know. He was telling us how they each were in charge of certain sections in different areas, and they all go together. And like Bernie's was like the Western village with Tonto and the Lone Ranger, all that stuff.
Yeah. And so all this was really fun, hanging out with them.
They're part of Nofco. What is it?
Oh man,
Alfco?
we have to check.
Alf.
Yeah. And this was a time lapse of them. What was going on here? They were having trouble with getting this section of track to line up into the station here. Mm-hmm. So they were like just figuring that out, and it took them like It took all four of them like half an hour to figure out. So that's
how many. What is the group? LAFCO.
I have to check.
Not theirs. What's the?
AFAL.
How many AFAL members does it take to put together a Lego train track? And apparently it's 4.
Well, dude, there was like something weird going on here because they're mixing two types.
Maybe
of
they were going to peg to peg.
And that's what was going on here, is that they're using 2 different tracks. Okay. So they're using like the old tracks with the 9 volt with like the Power Flex with the plastic stuff, and that's what the issue was they were having.
No, I think they were going peg to peg. I'm an expert on making sure that you put Legos together peg to peg, so I know, Phil. Phil, there's a lot of shots up your nose.
I was just like, I know.
You're just filming your face. You like your face, don't you? You're like, oh, there's my face, there's a castle, there's my face.
The Metal Beards Castle or Playland thing got like best in show.
Okay.
I have footage of the ceremonies when they're doing that I could show you. And this is a steampunk section I always think was awesome. They have this here every year, and it's different. It varies every year, but I mean it's pretty much there all the time.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. I mean, if once I get my castle stuff all figured, steampunk is where it's gonna go next. And this thing was amazing. They have like set up. They're using this. They're like using Raspberry Pis to like do all this computer crazy stuff with Legos. And they're like, those Raspberry Pis are really versatile. You can do anything with
What's
those.
a Raspberry Pi?
It's like this little computer. Like you got to start out. It just teaches you coding. You have to like.
I thought you were talking an actual pie. I was looking for a pie on the table. I like
it's
pie.
like this little. It's like this little computer interface. It's like $35, and it does everything.
Well, it doesn't. You know what it doesn't do? It doesn't give you any pie.
It doesn't make pie.
I would have a pie right now.
I mean, well, you are a chef.
Right. So this is why I was confused.
And then here this is where trying to talk them down that Harry Potter boat right there.
Did you buy the Harry Potter boat?
No, because it was $150.
Oh. How much were you trying to get it for?
I was trying to get it for $100.
What did he say?
Nope.
He didn't like you.
No, whatever, man. That said, it was really cool. I just wanted.
No, I mean, I could tell by his face the way he's holding he's walking away from you.
Oh man, he hates me.
Yeah, he's like, no, this guy wants all he spend this much buy. Or does he sell it? The guy's sitting down.
These 3 are like they're in cahoots.
They're a team.
They're cahoots.
They're in a team of hating you.
Yeah,
he just left. He just left. You were talking to him, and he's gone. I'm watching this video.
No, I'm talking to this guy right here.
Yeah, the first guy, though, the long hair with the Diet Coke, who was standing next to you. he just walked away. Like, you talked, and he left. And now this guy's here.
Yeah, and he's, like, explaining to me. This is one of the vendors I like, though. They'll work with me on pricing, but...
I got you. Well, that's cool.
And this is where I got, that boat right there is where I got that from. So I'm talking about...
That's all it was?
Yeah,
that's the boat?
That's the boat.
That you spent how much money on?
No, that's not the biking boat. This is just a different boat.
Oh, you bought that boat too?
Yeah.
How many boats do you need, Phil?
I like to add to the bill. I don't have that much
How big is your village? Is it a 2-boat village? A 3-boat village?
No, it has a 12-boat village.
What?
Well, yeah, now I think I got like a dozen boats.
And each of these boats are a lot of money.
No, I mean, I only have 2 boats that are actually Legos. That's the other boats I built.
Oh, but still, they're.
But I wanted those boats because they fit in with what I needed.
Yeah, you're only into fantasy and stuff, right?
Well, with Lego wise, yeah. I got some space stuff too, but the space stuff not so much.
Okay. Good footage, Phil.
I just really got into like all these fantasy novels and stuff, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna build the structure from this book, and I built that one. I was like, well, I'm gonna build this structure from this one. I built the Ableton series by Garth Nix. He's an Australian fantasy writer. He has this series called the Ableton series, and in that book they had this Ableton house, and I was like, it's like this house that's like on a double waterfall. So there's a waterfall, then an island with a house on it, and then another waterfall.
That's cool.
And then he gets to the house by there's like these little stone pegs over the cliff of the waterfall. So you're like jumping along these stone pegs to get to the house because it's supposed to be ultimate fortress against the undead.
Okay.
And I tried to build that house first, but it was like really hard. So then I just built the actual house, but I was like trying to build the whole island and the waterfalls and stuff, but I didn't have enough bricks too. So I just built the house. I only built half the house because I showed it to a friend and he was like, it's only half the size. Where are the other rooms? Because they have, in the books, they'll have a layout. They had like a blueprints of his house with all the rooms in it and all the stories and all the whole like blueprints of it, so you knew what it looked like.
That's cool.
But they don't describe the house very well. So it's like kind of just like a medieval-esque house.
Gotcha.
And they have all the rooms in it and stuff, so I just like built some of the rooms and stuff. So here's also another one where they have that Ninjago village that I also wanted to get.
Ninjago?
Yeah, Ninjago. And they incorporated this whole battle scene in with it.
That's cool.
So that's the set right there, those three structures and that bridge, and then everything else is what they added to it.
Good. Looks good, Phil. I like it.
Hey, it's Chris here. Just wanted to cut in and say this wraps up our Bricks Cascade coverage. I know there was so many videos. There was my prep video. There was the vlog on the way. We have 4 main episodes and a behind the scenes video of what went on behind the scenes of the convention, which was pretty fun. Phil got some awesome footage. Thank you, Phil. There were some really cool games and things I didn't even know about that happened at the convention. Hopefully it's not some sort of trade secret we might get in trouble for. If we do, I'm very sorry. But they let Phil film, so hopefully that was okay. This, like I said, this wraps up that video. And if you liked what you saw, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps out. And we can interact with you guys more because we love you guys. And be sure to check out our 300 subscriber video where we're giving away a couple of items, a couple Star Wars stuff this time around, a Luke Skywalker action figure, and a X-Wing drone. Like, super cool. It came in the shop, and I had to give it to you guys because it's really awesome. Kind of want to keep it for myself because I love flying stuff, but I'm going to give it to some of you guys. So be sure, again, to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.